Hi Auxust, welcome to your replay analysis. Today we're going to be looking at some of your key aspects that could use some rework in my opinion. I've went over the 3 replays that you've sent into the Next Rank Discord channel. We're going to be looking at some behavioral aspects and then also a little bit of mechanics, but mostly basic mechanics, so stick in for that. We're going to be going straight into the first game, so let's go. Alright, for this first clip we're going to start at 1-1. Roughly half a minute played in this first game. You guys start off kickoff on offense, you get the chance to shoot and you fake the shot or wait for the opponent to commit and you get beaten to the ball. Obviously we're going to ignore your teammate being AFK or boost camping, whatever he's doing over there. So we're just going to focus on you. This is the first aspect that I wanted to talk about or to address in this analysis, as I see you as a player who is very jumpy, in like blatantly put. You jump for a lot of things. You always try to, bait the opponent in or force the opponent to do something by jumping. But very often that gets you out of the play and prolongs your moves, because you take way longer to do whatever you want to do, because after the jump you need to land, recover, and then go for the actual play. Or recover, as in this scenario. It would be much better if you stay more grounded for longer and then only commit for the play by shooting, for example, if you know you have the time to. Because like you see here, you jump for this play and you're back like way later and almost too late. You could have been here way earlier to the play. This play would have been way safer if you would have just stuck to the ground. To emphasize what I'm saying, we're gonna jump right to the next clip of this game. Maybe you'll understand a little bit better what I mean. Okay, we're starting off kickoff again. You guys have just scored. Half of this game, or roughly half of this game, is played. This time you're gonna find yourself on defense and you find this 1v1 against the opponent who is not capable of keeping the attack going, and you jump again because you're not aware of the opponent's positioning. It almost resulted in a goal for the opponents, but they couldn't capitalize off of your mistake. Why do I think this is a mistake? Blatantly put, because you have very clear vision of where the opponent is and what he's doing, whether or not he's boosting, for example. And yet you still decide to jump, which delays the counterattack by a lot. This is a 1v1 or a 2v1 if your opponent's quick, so you need to capitalize off of that. This is a bouncy ball right here, so it's very easy for you to actually control and dribble it, start an attack, go for an air dribble, whatever you feel most comfortable with. But right here you should just remain calm and be aware of what the opponent's doing. You can control this ball and just flick it or go for a simple 1v1. This is another example of you not being aware of the opponent and maybe not managing the game too well in this scenario. So let's get into a third clip where I can show you this one more time in a different scenario. Okay, last clip for your behavior when it comes to being too jumpy. We found yourself on defense, where you defend off of back ball and you immediately jump for this play and not getting to the ball, also because you don't have any boost. This is another example of you having to notice that the opponent in this scenario is not too far away from the play, but actually so much closer than you to the play. So there's no way where you can actually beat him, unless he's actually doing absolutely nothing. But it doesn't really have to do much to outplay you if you commit for this play. You should just be waiting for him at this point, because you overcommit by a lot just flipping into this, because again, he's outplaying you very easily. So you commit very easily for those simple plays where you don't really need to. The other 2 examples obviously were examples of you being in possession of the ball and being too jumpy. This is an example for you being too jumpy when the opponent's in ball possession. So I hope these 2 scenarios, different types of scenarios, could clarify this picture that I'm trying to paint here a little bit better to understand this aspect of your gameplay. Alright, let's get into the next aspect when we are talking a little bit about mechanics. Alright, we're going to start off kickoff again. This is from the first game that you sent in. And now we're going to be looking at mechanics. And when I talk about mechanics, I don't necessarily mean air dribbles, flip resets and all that stuff. I'm more so talking about basic stuff when it comes to simple shots, taking control of the ball. This is the first example what I want to talk about. This is essentially an open net and you struggle to keep control of the ball and then you panic flip into it. This right here obviously comes down a little bit to positioning, how you position the ball. But in any scenario, this should have been a free shot for you, at least on target. This should have been a pretty easy shot for you, just getting a single jump and a flick. Obviously, it comes a little bit down to reaction time and reaction speed. But in my opinion, this also comes down to your control on the ground, also with this touch here and then trying to flip underneath that ball, doing absolutely nothing. In my opinion, this comes down to control the ball on the ground. Being capable of doing different types of moves, different mechanics on the ground. Doesn't have to be flicks, doesn't have to be dribbling, but also hook shots, popping the ball to yourself and then doing a flick shot, all of these simple stuff. And I'm going to be showing you this on a later stage in this video, how you can practice that. So for now, let's get into another example where this is a bit more obvious. Okay, for this last clip of the day, you are in possession of the ball, starting a counterattack. Trying to outplay the opponent here with a little mind game, nicely done. And then you have a free shot and you can manage to get it on target. And these are the types of shots that I actually need you to practice a lot more. Shots that bounce a little bit high, but in reach for you to single jump and flick into it. This shot right here needs to be on target 9 out of 10 times at least. Obviously, you miss once in a while, even on a high level. That's totally fine, but it's crucial, especially to rank up, to hit these simple shots very hard. Obviously, people want to do flip resets, air dribbles, all of these flashy mechanics because it's cool to hit them. But what's actually going to rank you up is being consistent with the basic stuff, with the simple things. And these things are one of them. So these type of shots need to be on target. And this attack actually could have been very detrimental. You're very lucky that the opponent are missing, but it could have resulted in a goal. So now for this next part, I'm going to show you how you can practice yourself in free play these self-setup shots. Alright, we are here in free play now, and these self-setup shots that bounce a little like this, obviously they require a little bit of mechanics to set up, to be in control, to bounce them like this. I don't think you need to practice them just yet. What I need you to do is just try to hit the ball after the bounce very hard. Don't try to practice shooting them on target, but pop them to yourself like this and then just try to hit them hard and high for now. Just practice on the timing, get them high and wide. You see, I'm not 100% consistent with them just yet, but get them a little bit high. You can use obviously those key bindings from Auxust mod to help yourself, but just practice hard and consistent touches in reachable air of these type of flicks. And when you're getting better, you can set them up yourself like this and then actually shoot yourself on target. For now, in the first step, again, as I told you, just hit it across the field as hard as you can. After the bounce, just flick into the ball. And then if you feel more comfortable, set them up so that you're comfortable with, and then try to shoot them on target. Alright, this is it for today. I hope you learned something. Now it's up to you. Get into the replays yourself. Try to find those scenarios where you could have been a little bit too jumpy, too panicky on the challenges, and definitely get into free play and practice these basic ground shots, self-setup shots that I've just showed you in the way that I showed you. If you have any questions, feel free to ask me in Discord or in the comment section below. Good luck on the grind and have a nice day.